Little town is a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Little town with little people waking up to say
Good morning, motherfuckers.
bonjour. There goes the baker with his tray like always. The same old bread and rolls to say. Shut up. Fuck you.
Who's the hardest to deal with in the morning?
Kiddy.
Very seriously.
But Kiddy is, God damn it, man. Sometimes you just want to knock the shit out of her, but you can't. You can't. Hell yeah, KB.
You can hear the crowd sing along. Everybody know my songs. Had the crowd learn to walk. Country girl, small town. 14 years dedicated. Look, ma, I finally made it. Never thought I'd ever say it, but today I live my dreams. Bodyguards protecting me. Crazy fans, loud screaming, flashing lights on every scene. Autographs, lots of pictures, signs that say we love you, Kiddy. Superstar, my new status, fantasizing. Please don't wake me, let me finish with this dream. Please don't wake me. Please don't let me be great. Please don't wake me. Just bought a house, 50 rooms, move my granny out the hood, pay my tithes like I should. LG, life good, expensive cars, fancy clothes, king go to private school. Jordan, I get what he want, just because mommy's boss. See you later, no worries, baby. Mariana, ain't it banking? Never thought. You're tuned in to Kiddy Pink Radio, where black media matters. Keep it locked. What's up? What you got up in your cup? It is your auntie Kiddy, and this is Kiddy Pink Radio, and you are watching Coffee with Kiddy. For those of you who are watching or listening from the Wild Out Radio podcast station, well, the actual radio station. I said that so wrong. If you're over there listening, either way, respectfully, if you're listening, shout out to you, thank you, and everybody who is listening. If you can, if you have a way to, y'all please share.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet? That's what I don't understand. That's why I'm not famous.
So yeah. All is well. We got through the weekend without any mishaps. Nobody got fucked up at the Grammys or anything. We out here trying to make peace. Of course, I know everybody's tired of talking about Will Smith. There are some things that I definitely still have left to say about this particular situation because of so many of the other things that are coming up within this situation. We're going to save that for last because I know everybody is exhausted hearing about this bullshit. We all on a good foot. Matter of fact, let's talk about Monique and Lee Daniels. He actually finally apologized, and I'm trying to find it. Y'all give me a few minutes. You girls still a little sleepy, y'all. Pray for me. He ended up apologizing to Monique, and if you all remember, that's all this woman really wanted from the jump. That's all she was asking for was an apology. She wanted them to basically, me personally, my opinion, I feel like she basically wanted them to come out and let it be known, like, no, she's not crazy. This stuff did happen. We did have a misunderstanding, and maybe even tell your side instead of blackballing her, telling people she's just difficult to work with. And I mean, I put it down for somebody the other day. We were talking about it, and they were saying how they don't feel like Monique. They don't believe that Monique was hard to work with. They just, I'm gonna be real with you, y'all. If somebody said that, then 9 times out of 10, it is indeed true. She may just be hard to work with, but I say that to say we have no right to tell people how to feel. I do feel like when someone is offended, they have the right to feel offended. If someone feels like, I just don't like the whole doing something, throwing a rock and hiding your hand, acting like you didn't contribute to whatever type of situation it is. I guess that's what I'm trying to say in the hype of all of it. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all listen to Brother Lee Daniels basically extending the olive branch with Monique. Here we go. Once again, here we go. Did I press play?
For Combat News, I'm John Alba. Monique appears to be making her stride and reestablishing her name in Hollywood. Just recently stand up for the.
I'm sorry, y'all. That is not what I was trying to get y'all to hear. The hook. Anyway, Lee Daniels apologized. I don't know what type of situation this was in particular that he apologized at. That was 3 years ago. This is it right here. Yeah, this happened on April the 1st, y'all.
Sometimes in life, you get caught up, a nigga, you come from nothing. You get blinded by some shit. And it took me a long time to realize. I am so sorry. She was my best friend. My best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just that was God working through both of us. And we gonna fucking do it again.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it. Lee Daniels. To my understanding, he offered her another role. He offered her a role in a movie that he's actually doing now. She'll actually be replacing somebody. I'm not sure exactly what happened or why, but the woman ended up having to back out of the film. And so Lee Daniels, along with the olive branch and the apology, has asked her to play that part. I think it's beautiful. I also feel like there are a lot more people who owe Monique an apology. Lee Daniels is not the only one that owes her a public apology. There were a lot of other people who played a part in it, and those who played the biggest part were you guys out there, society. I remember when Monique came out with the whole thing against boycotting Netflix, and then she told her truth about all the things that went on with Oprah and Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels, and she began telling people that, hey, these people got me blackballed. And I remember so many people like, oh, I wish she shut up. There were so many people that was just mean to Auntie Mo. They was just really, really mean.
And they began attacking how she interacts with her husband, and it just became we hate Monique. And y'all know that's my twin. I love me some Monique. Monique is a big part of where my self-esteem came from, because I've always been a juicy girl myself. And it just seemed like whenever Auntie Mo hit the scene, it was okay for me to be big. It was okay for me to dibble and dabble in fashion, even though I wasn't a supermodel size. So like I really Monique is Auntie for real, for real. And I just, like I said, I was sitting back watching how people discredited her, how many people turned their backs on her. And shout out to 50 Cent. I believe he is the oil in this machine that got all this stuff going. Shout out to 50 Cent. A lot of people don't give him enough credit, but 50 Cent really is a good dude. A lot of people just I guess he's just an acquired taste, But shout out to Lee Daniels, shout out to Auntie Mo. I'm so happy for her. It's been a long time coming. She never should have been shit out. She's a part of the culture. She's a part of the culture. She fills in that slot that Lizzo's trying to fill in. And although Lizzo isn't doing it the way that y'all think she should be doing it, somebody's doing it. Representation is important. I think a lot of times people like to speak for the children and what type of message they taking from it. Me personally, I don't agree with everything Lizzo do, but I will say that if Lizzo hadn't been around when I was growing up, I probably would have taken to her like I took to Auntie Mo. But congratulations to Monique. This has been a 13-year feud, you guys. Like, it's been going on for a minute. I'm happy for Auntie Mo. I'm happy for Lee Daniels. I really hope that they put some work in as far as rekindling their friendship, because I don't know. I wouldn't want it to be a situation where you just need me to work your movie. Like, for real, let's work on our relationship too. Me personally, and this is just my personal opinion, they may do what they do and it work out just fine. But my personal opinion is I would have waited to even, jump back into bed with him, if that makes sense to anybody, to get back into the business of working with him and everything. Like, we need to work on our friendship. Me personally, the whole having her come in and replace somebody else and stuff like that, it makes me feel like I'm still a second option. You still don't value me. But that's just me overthinking. That's just the Pisces in me overthinking. Let me take a sip. Woo. I don't know. I just think sometimes you have to stand back and evaluate situations before you jump into them head first. You have to evaluate them. And that right there needs to be evaluated, Monique. Auntie Mo comes across to me as the type of person, like, she's really forgiving. She has a soft heart. She's a gentle spirit. And sometimes when you're that type of person, it's easy for people to take advantage of you. And you heard him, my best friend. They best friends. So best friends kind of know, like my friend is they be knowing, all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. They be knowing what buttons to push. They know how close they can get to you, and they know what all your vulnerabilities are. That's what I'm trying to say. Those are the words that I'm trying to find. But yeah, I just hope everything work out. I hope and pray that everything works out. I don't want anything to be, I don't want things to be ugly. Y'all remember that song? Oh, I don't even know how. And I don't know. Let me stop. I was gonna try. But let's get on. Let's get off of Auntie Mo. Y'all remember the girl Kamaya? I think her name's Kamaya Mobley. I want to say that's her name. She found out when she was a grown ass woman that the woman that she had been calling mama her entire life was not her mom, and she happened to be someone who kidnapped her when she was just a little bitty baby, and she came and raised her on her own. For those of you who never heard this story, this woman, she was pregnant, but she had lost her baby, and things were bad between her and her husband or whatever. And basically, when she lost her baby, she ended up going into the hospital and finding Kamaya, whose mom was a teenager at the time. She found that baby, stole her, kidnapped her. These people had been looking for this baby for a long, long, long time. And finally, Kamaya was trying to get a job and she didn't have a birth certificate. And so her mama or kidnapper ended up telling her the truth about what happened. Kamaya ended up, I forgot exactly how she ended up getting in contact with her real parents or whatever. But, her mother, the woman ended up getting in trouble and having to go to the penitentiary for it. And, the biological mother was upset because Kamaya still had love for the woman who had kidnapped her, which it may, as much as it may have hurt her, it's understandable. That's all she's known her entire life. That was the only mama that she know. And, I couldn't imagine waking up one morning and the motherfucker telling me my mama that's been my mama all my life is not my mama no more. Matter of fact, she kidnapped me when I was little, and here is my mama right here. Some strange lady I've never met, known, none of that. So, her mom and her relationship, her biological mom, their relationship isn't as sweet as she'd like it to be, or as her mom would like it to be. But her mom is like really aggravated with her and upset with her that she still goes to visit this woman and everything like that. So that's the backstory, y'all. The woman came up for I guess it was parole. She's trying to get her sentence reduced or whatever, and they denied her, which I feel like is very much fair. I think it's fair. That situation I can't even begin to fathom neither side. I cannot fathom being a mother and trusting people to be aiding me while I, postpartum from giving birth. And in the process of that, the last thing I remember is my baby being taken away by a nurse, and the next thing they say is my baby missing. Nor can I imagine turning an age where I can get a job, but I can't get a job because my mama don't have my birth certificate, and she tells me why she doesn't have my birth certificate is because she kidnapped me. And that shit is crazy. It's crazy, and everybody catches a L all the way around because somebody wanted to be selfish. Now I feel like somebody should have been, I don't know, these stories about these women that supposedly fake pregnancies and have the babies, and I just don't understand. Y'all men cannot be this stupid. Men cannot be this stupid. Like, how could you not know that, whether or not she actually pushed the baby out? How do you not know? Like, first of all, after you had a baby, the hospital don't send you home right away. They keep you in that motherfucker for like a week or two. And sometimes you end up leaving without the baby because they got to make sure that the baby is healthy and that the baby can move on its own, or whatever they be doing to them babies when we leave them there with them. I had a baby that was in INCU, whatever, intensive care. So, like, I know for a fact, like, my baby stayed at the hospital for like a week and a half. So, like, what the fuck what is these women telling y'all men? What in the hell? Cause ain't no way in hell I could stick my thing in something and know for a fact. Oh, I don't know. It's been a lot of fake pregnancies and everything here lately, and I'm just trying to figure it out in my head. How in the hell do you bring game on somebody like that? Like, I don't know. I'm curious. Anyway, um, yeah, I pray for our old girl. That's got to be sad. That has got to be very, very sad and lonely. Um, pray for her. Let's get on G Herbo and Tiana and Ari Fletcher. Now, Ari Fletcher came out not too long ago. Her and Black China, I guess they was feeling froggy or whatever, but she was saying that the reason she wasn't taking G Herbo, his baby, was because the baby has a scar, and it was because of his now baby mama's Tiana. Now, the thing with this is like I would have been willing to take her side, because if the baby say, yeah, Tiana did something to me and now he got a scar to it, yeah, I'd be a little concerned too. But the thing is the baby said they were having a pillow fight and this happened. And my thing is Ari, accidents happen every day, all day, every day. And I mean, it could be something deeper than just that. But from what I've heard in your videos of you saying that that's what it was, that she hit him with a pillow and he ended up scraping his knee or whatever, and you felt like somebody should have called you. And I feel like this: if it was two step parents or two people, auntie or uncle, something like that, that's cool. But if the biological dad was there and he didn't see nothing wrong with it, I seriously doubt that this man is going to allow another woman to harm his baby. He seems to love his child. Girl, get over it. You are on some bitter baby mama bullshit, and I understand why you would be, because this man was cheating on you. Y'all broke up while you was pregnant with the little boy and all that. So I get why you hurt or why you would even be bitter. But ladies, sometimes we just gotta move the fuck on. Black women, and I hate to even say this, but black women are so fucking bitter. And I'm probably going to catch some backlash from this, but I'm going to tell you why I say this. And this just happened to me this weekend. I went to catch my nephew's basketball game. He's in a basketball tournament here in Mansfield. And there were some ladies that traveled with the basketball team. I was looking for my brother and them, and I'm trying to make this story short because I'm going a long way. I'm a little high, y'all. But I was trying to find my brothers, and my brother raised his hand, and as he raised his hand, these girls was looking at me as I was walking up on them, getting closer to them. I don't think they noticed that that's who I was going over there to meet or whatever. And just as I was walking up on these two women, they were whispering about me. And I know for a fact they was whispering about me because one was kind of smiling, smirking while she was talking to the girl, but she kept her eyes on me. And once I noticed she was looking at me, I stared back at her. I don't be scared. Fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get to the butt end of this. I don't want nobody to think like, oh, shit, you displaying the same thing that you're talking about. That activates that when there's another black woman acting like that towards you. I don't know. I didn't know neither one of them women. Matter of fact, once I sat down, I believe they went to thinking like, damn, she cool. On the cool, I honestly do believe that's how that went down. But I said that to say a lot of the times, a lot of women think just because they weren't sexually assaulted or raped or molested that they have like no traumatic issues. And a lot of times y'all don't understand some of the things that we deem normal that happened to us when we were younger was really trauma. Yeah, and we're going to give you a bomb so you can let that settle in real quick. You wonder why you don't like when people yell at you or scream at you. Some of you mamas and some of y'all had mamas or either daddies that screamed and yelled at you. And so now when somebody screams or yells at you, you really, really, it messes with you a lot. Not a little bit, a lot. Some of you were bullied. And so no, you not gonna be the butt end of nobody's fucking joke. And so everything is serious. Like a lot of the times, the way that you act as an adult are results of how your life went while you were a child. And I know a lot of people like to think that we have it all together. We ain't shit wrong with us, none of that. But a lot of the times, y'all, simply because of some of the shit that we've gone through, it makes us petty. It makes us egotistical. It makes us narcissistic, manipulative. And me, honestly, I said all that to say, I strongly feel like that's what's going on with Miss Ari Fletcher. I understand hurt better than anybody, but don't allow it to dictate your future. And at this rate, you're gonna end up lonely, and then you're gonna be dependent on that baby boy to give you the love that you seek. And he ain't gonna be able to give it to you. So now you're gonna be resentful towards him because he loves his daddy. He gonna run to his daddy every time. I don't know why y'all women be doing that, trying to turn the baby against the daddy and shit. That shit do not work. Better ask my mama. My mama hated my daddy, and at one point in time in her life, she felt like I should have hated him too. And she'd say mean things about him around me, And what y'all don't understand is just because a mother or a father could still be present and still be something bad in your life. And I'm not saying that about my mom. I'm just saying a lot of y'all women think that you deserve a medal of a first place medal because you're a single mom. And the truth is like you have a decision just like he does. It's not to take away or water down your sacrifices or anything, but at the end of the day, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You don't get no cookies, no trophies, no medals for doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. This little boy that I didn't want to do no story on it. Y'all know I hate doing stories on stuff that's sad. And this right here was sad. Y'all know the little boy that really was too big to be on that ride. And they didn't buckle that baby in, talking about they thought he was buckled in and know damn well that baby was too big to have a buckle. And that motherfucking, I think it was called the New Orlando, what was the name of that ride? The Orlando Free Fall ride. That ride came down and that baby came right on down too. This shit was so fucking sad. Not only was that sad, mind you, that wasn't sad enough. There's this girl named Shay Jackson running around talking about she his cousin, collecting money for it, all type of shit. And that's cool or whatever. So having petition signings because they want to get rid of that particular ride. They say that ride dangerous. They say the ride is dangerous and everything, but this girl not even kin to this little boy, y'all. His family, his mama, matter of fact, not just his family, but his mama said, I don't even know that who. Ain't that something? Y'all so sad out here. Y'all try to get some money or catch some clout off of any damn thing. Now, who on earth would be looking for an opportunity to cash in on something so tragic? I really, really look at humanity, and deep down inside, I think to myself, there is no hope. I really think it's going to get worse. It's already bad. You look around like, how bad can it be? And it really is like, it's getting worse and worse by the day. Because if that ain't sick, I don't know what is, y'all. That's some sick shit. Dead ass. But okay. It is what it is. Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. She won for Best R&B Album 2022 Grammy Awards. Y'all watched the Grammy Awards last night? I was in and out. I just, blah. Silk Sonic won Record of the Year. Let me see. Baby King won Best Rap Performance. Silk Sonic also got Song of the Year. That's it's dope. Jasmine Sullivan got Best R&B Performance. Everybody was all jazzy. Megan Thee Stallion need her another stylist. Her stylist don't be doing her just do. Now, Sweetie was cute in that pink. I don't know. You would think people would be scared to go to the Grammys after the Oscars. That shit was crazy. Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. She been serving. I see you, sis. I see you. Tiffany been out here stunning on y'all asses. But I guess that brings us to what I've been trying to avoid. I'm sitting here trying to see, is there any more stories? Well, I will say this. I do want to say this. Y'all make sure that you wear blue all month long. Light it up for those babies with ASD. We're trying to spread awareness. Of course, y'all know I try to spread awareness 24/7, 365. But I also want to make do off of whole 31 days, or is it 30 days? However many days they give us to get some awareness out there and basically, it's crazy. It's crazy how much people support you outside of your circle, especially those people who don't even know what you're going through. But shout out to those who are a part of me and my baby's life daily. Y'all just wear your blue all month long. I'm not even sure where that came from, but yeah. Y'all make sure y'all wear your blue all month long. Light it up blue for autism awareness, please. And thank you. My son has things going on. He's selling bracelets. You get a complimentary ribbon with the bracelet. But if you just want the ribbon by itself, you can buy it. Also, he has a fundraiser on Facebook. We're trying to get him more sensory equipment. He's outgrown the equipment that he has. And it's expensive, okay? The fundraiser is on PayPal. Oh Lord, what is I don't forget what you call them. But if you're interested, I ain't hard to find. Look for Kitty Signs or Kitty Pink, Auntie Kitty. I'm somewhere on this app or on all the other apps. You can get in contact with me, and I'll let you know how you can do that. But back to Will Smith. I wanted to save this for last because I got a lot to say about this. There's so much more that I see in this particular situation than just what y'all seeing. And what y'all are seeing is the fall of a black man. A majority of you probably feel like at his own consequence. A lot of y'all feel like it's his fault. A lot of y'all feel like, I feel like I don't feel like, pretty much what them black men did, what them white men did to Emmett Till. I feel like society is doing that to Will Smith. The punishment doesn't fit the crime, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I get it. He walked up on the stage and he slapped Chris Rock, which, by the way, I was just talking about ASD awareness. Chris Rock has something called NLVD, and it is very similar to Asperger's and autism. So a lot of other people are saying This is why they feel a certain way about him slapping Chris Rock. It was because, he had, a disability. And from what I read, this disability is very much like autism, in which basically you have a communication barrier. And within that barrier, you don't, it's a lot like nonverbal. So basically, you don't understand gestures. Somebody has to, basically, I'll put it like this to make it easy for y'all. In order for him to know what was going on with Will Smith, and this is why a lot of people were looking at Chris like, damn, he looks so embarrassed. I feel so sorry for him. This is a majority of the reason as to why. Chris Rock doesn't understand that, I'm finna get my ass beat unless you walk up on him. Like, unless Will would have walked up on him and said, I'm finna slap the shit out of you, he had no idea that that's what was coming. That's what his disability says. But as far as me, I think he knew what was coming. He kept saying, Richard, what's going on here? Will Smith's coming up here. Because y'all was even asking, well, why is he still laughing? Why was he still laughing? That's why y'all thought it was an act. No, it wasn't no act. Will Smith really did slap that nigga. He really didn't see that shit coming. I know y'all probably like, damn, Kiddy, that was mean. That was uncalled for. But I mean, it's just the truth. But I'm going through that. Let me go to the next thing. Will Smith finally decided, you know what? I'm gonna bow out gracefully. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all ain't finna kick me out. I'll leave. And so he resigned from the Actors Academy. Now, a lot of people who have been talking about this, holding this discussion, are like, he just knew, if his career is gone, this and that. Will's 50 years old. I'm quite sure that he's invested a lot of his money, not just that. Granted, regardless of what y'all think or how y'all feel, his children are making money. They do have a fan base. They have people who actually really do fuck with them and purchase their fucking music. And when I say purchase their music, I'm talking about they get numbers. They get streamed. Unlike a lot of you local jokers. So, I wouldn't laugh so much if I was y'all. Anyway. I'm just talking all the time. Y'all please charge it to the fact that I hit that big fat doobie this morning. I'm sorry. But Will Smith has resigned from the Academy. Netflix and Sony have reportedly, they're placing, they're placing all his projects on hold. And, me personally, I don't feel like, we'll lose in our bid. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. But I said all that to say, even the whole situation about, Chris Rock being embarrassed or Will Smith being embarrassed. The world tears down Black people by embarrassment. Let me say that again. The world tears down Black people with embarrassment. You ever noticed, well, of course you've noticed if you're Black, that not too many white people, their business isn't publicized. And I guess maybe they have enough money to pay people in those places. Maybe they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Maybe they're able to pay and persuade. But society destroys Black people by embarrassing them. And I think that we are so conditioned to it, to where we don't know when to call it out. Will Smith felt embarrassed because Jada felt embarrassed. And not just that, there's history there too. That's why I told y'all have to dig into shit. And this is why I be asking y'all for donations, because while y'all don't have time to dig into the shit, I make time to dig into it so I can get you some answers. You know, I had did a video a couple of days ago, and we were talking about on that episode how Chris Rock had said something about Jada in 2016. That was not the first time. It goes back even further than that. Chris Rock had said something about her, and the whole thing with him making jabs at her, it makes you wonder, like, was it really deeper than that? Because Will Smith meant it clearly when he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." He's tired of you talking about this woman. And there's also Quiet as It's Kept. Chris had done this little segment. It didn't get no big coverage or anything like that, but he used to have a set that he did, and he was talking about this woman in Hollywood that basically turned him down and broke his fucking heart. And a lot of people have speculated that that might have been Jada, and maybe that's why he has this vendetta against her. But I don't know, Chris Rock, you, I mean, bro, you ugly. And that was ugly for me to say that, but Chris Rock, y'all, and don't none of y'all women be out there like, "Oh, you so wrong, Kiddy," because what I just said, y'all was thinking it. That's all. That's what y'all pay me for. That's what I get these donations and shit for, because y'all pay me to say the shit that you don't want to say, and you pay me for the shit that you don't want to look up yourself to see what the facts are. And the facts are that Will Smith was mad at Chris Rock. This is not something that just happened out the blue. This ain't have shit to do with the entanglement, the embarrassment from him and Jada's marriage situation. He literally felt some type of way with that man, because that wasn't the first time he, done said something like that. And then, somebody said, well, nobody's talking about the fact that Chris Rock has NLVD. Well, I hope I'm saying that shit right. If I'm not, y'all, excuse me. But my thing is, and this is why I'm so tough on my son. This is why I want him to be able to I want him to be able to comprehend and be able to communicate correctly, for the simple fact, a lot of people are like, and I know for a fact, like, my son knows better because I've taught him to know better. But there are a lot of people who are like, why isn't that conversation being had? Okay, why wasn't the conversation about Jada Pinkett Smith's alopecia a piece? Just like he didn't know she had that, I ain't know nothing about him having this disability. But it is what it is. I just feel like society has a way of canceling Black people by embarrassment. Y'all see Monique? It's so like I was saying earlier, we're so used to it, we're so conditioned that we do it to each other. And that ain't right. That ain't right worth a fuck. I feel bad for Chris Rock, and I also feel bad for the Will Smith. But at the end of the day, I will say this, it happened. I'm not going to sit up here like the rest of you Black people talking about, oh, it makes us look bad. And no, the fuck, it don't make me look bad. It don't make me look bad, because I ain't trying to look a certain way for no white people no goddamn way. I am who the fuck I am. We have come from years, hundreds and hundreds of years, trying to prove that we're something to these people, we prove ourselves worthy, to prove that we deserve their acceptance. And at the end of the day, we all know how it always ends. Strange fruit hanging from trees. And whether they physically lynch us or immorally lynch us, they figure out a way to continue to lynch us. I know a lot of people are probably like, oh Lord, here she goes. She pulling the race card. That race card is always going to be valid, because we live in a world that is basically made up upon racism. So that's always going to be a conversation piece when we have these type of situations. Nobody really was angry with Will Smith until all these white people started saying, no, that's not right. The academy is trying to excuse themselves and make it seem like, oh, we made all these efforts. We asked him to leave. They didn't even ask that man to leave. Matter of fact, that nigga told him he could stay. They tried to destroy and cancel black people through embarrassing them. I want both sides of the coin to know that. I want one side to know that you're being used. Your opinions are being used in the social court of law, and you influence and basically you put people in a corner to where they have no choice but to take action. They probably wouldn't even said nothing. However, that night, that slap shadowed the entire night. It took away a lot of meaningful memory from a lot of the nominees and the people who won, because everybody is like, damn, Will Smith just really went up on stage and slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock. At first, I was like, he slapped him. Oh, well, he does what he get for cooning. But I thought about it. It is wrong. It is wrong, but it's also wrong to sit up and make fun of black women. Stop making fun of black women. Why in the fuck do black women always have to be the butt of a joke? Why the fuck can't you bust a joke? Why? And I hear people say, well, he said jokes about other white women too. Okay, then. If it was me, I would roast nothing but white women. Our goddesses deserve that fucking much. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about them. You think it's tough being a black man? It's tough as fuck being a black woman. And I didn't even realize what I was up against until I was already grown. My mom, my grandma, they made that shit look easy. It wasn't until I became a full-grown black woman I understood the adversity. The adversity and the diversity. It's complex as fuck. So, I mean, and that came from a place of, it was just a joke. Yeah, but we're tired of being the butt end of a joke. Especially a joke that has so many layers. Have anybody even watched the movie G.I. Jane? I'm not gonna sit here because y'all already lazy because I sit up here and look up everything else for you. I want y'all to go sometime when you get some time to yourself, when you wind it down after work today, I want you to look up G.I. Jane and I want you to watch the movie. And you tell me, would you have been offended? I've seen so many white women talking about G.I. Jane was kick ass. Yeah, okay. There are so many ways and so many things that are underlying disrespectful to black women, and nobody seems to take it serious. Even in the wake of it, it's like Will made it even worse, and now she's definitely the butt end of a joke. I think I got that on. This big fat motherfucker even had something to say, and it's just like, bruh, really? No, he didn't just do that. Where he at? Let me find this big fat motherfucker here.
I love her too because he loved Jada Pinkett for one reason. That woman, besides being his wife, she saved him a lot of money on hair products. She ain't got it.
Lavelle Crawford. That's his name, Lavelle Crawford.
The day afterward, she been bald-headed a long time. I mean, I understand.
That's just not cool. It's not cool whatsoever. You know, who is always in the parodies? TT, and it's no shade, no tea, but the little TT boy. He done made a whole career. Like, this nigga done made it to a point to where he can't even take off his makeup, his wig, and his dresses and stuff like that. He has to be TT. He's not transgender. Hell, I'm not even sure if the boy gay. But the only way people are amused by him is if he dress up like that. There are men, black men who make money. Hell, Tyler Perry, black men making a shitload of money out off of impersonating black women. And we get the shit end of the stick. We ghetto. We on welfare. We getting government assistance. We doing this. We doing that. We scamming. Meanwhile, your local dope boy that's killing and poisoning your parents or grandparents, poisoned your grandparents. They get high fives and shit and welcome home parties when they get out the penitentiary. I could go on for hours and hours and hours, but I won't. It is what it is. Y'all gonna always, no matter, I could talk and talk shit so I'm blue in the face, but that's cool because I got my own show and I get to blow my hot air all over my microphone. But I can talk till I'm blue in the face, and some of you still won't get it. Some of you still are gonna say whatever, oh, he didn't deserve that or he deserved that, no matter what. And that's cool because we're all entitled to our opinion. And that's just that on that.
You can't say nothing to me. Don't address me. Get like me. Case closed. Next case.
Big shout out to everybody that was tuned in this morning. I hope you all have a blessed day. Y'all, think first out here. But if you can't think first, don't sit back and feel bad. We all have our moments. It is what it is. This has been another episode of Coffee with Kiddy. I love you. I want you to love yourself. And I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.